So, Merry Christmas to all the viewers and everyone watching. So, we are shooting it on Christmas Eve. So basically, we are gonna talk about the India South Africa Test series starting on 26th, from the Boxing Day Test match in Centurion. I think the main attraction after the World Cup is this series, because I think the ODIs and T20s were kind of okay. When it's like I know there's a T20 World Cup coming up, but this is the most, I think, after the World Cup, this is something to look forward to right now. The Test match, especially in South Africa, because that has always been India's final frontier. Like, we have never won a Test series over there. So, like, we won in Australia and all these things, that beautiful memories and everything. But South Africa, we have come close, like from 2018, we have come close. We have played in difficult conditions. Also, the last series, like, we won the first Test match, then like lost two somehow back to back. Especially with the fourth innings chases and everything, it was a bit unexpected. We were expecting India to win that series a bit, maybe, because like South Africa had to chase in the fourth innings, pretty decent totals, but they got there. So anyway, so this is a new beginning. So a few new names in the test side, especially in the opening point of view. So we can start off with that. So the team is basically like, I'm expecting Yashasvi Rohit to open, and then one down, maybe Gill is coming. So that is how you all see the top order panning out. Anything else?
Yeah, forced.
Okay, so I think the main news is that if you look into the team, is that Shreyas Iyer is back, and I think he's gonna take the number 5 spot, and also KL Rahul will be wicket keeping. I think that's the news. So that's something to look forward to, because he has always been opening in tests. But like, I think if he can settle down at the middle order, he's a very technical batsman. It can be like good for the long run in India, especially in test matches. So overall, how does the team combination look like, you guys? So are you going with, like, especially first matches in Centurion? So looking at the conditions, you go with like one spinner, Jadeja, and like, how is the overall like team looking like? Anyone can go. Yeah, Pranav, you can start. Yeah.
Well, I think Jadeja edges out Ashwin because of his batting. I don't see any other reason for Ashwin not playing. Over the years, we have not seen, apart from Saeed Ajmal's heroics in 2013 in Centurion, there have been no other games where spin has played a lot of role in Centurion. So I don't see two spinners play. Yes, there are too many left-handers. I don't think they'd field two spinners at the moment, but we'll have to wait and see on the morning of the game that how the pitch looks. So at the moment, there's a little bit of grass left out from what I saw. Also, the combination that I see is Rahul keeps wickets, comes in at 5, Shreyas at 6. I think that makes more sense because, uh, or even the other way around, depending on the situation. If the ball is a little softer, then you can send Shreyas up and KL at 6 because then he can face the new ball. But apart from that, I don't see a lot of changes. I'm excited for Prasid Krishna to actually start the series because we've been missing a hit the deck bowler, as Bharat Ramraj and myself and a lot of other people have been saying on X that we've been missing a hit the deck bowler. And that's the major reason why we lost the series last time. Because especially in the second innings when the cracks open up, you want someone to hit those cracks. And Shami did that well, but he fell short because of our batting. And I hope it cracks up this time with some change in the armory with Yashasvi Jaiswal, the attacker, maybe. So probably I don't see a lot of changes in terms of what played in West Indies. The seam attack would be Bumrah, Siraj, Mukesh, and Prasid. I'd play 4 fast bowlers, or instead of Mukesh, you can play Shardul for the batting purpose. So it'll be Rohit, K, Yashasvi Jaiswal, Gill, Kohli, Shreyas, Rahul, Jadeja, Shardul, Bumrah, Siraj, and Prasid. That's the 11 that's.
Yeah, it's fair enough. So even my team will be on similar lines only. Like, yeah, even I was thinking like Mukesh Kumar or Shardul. I think Shardul makes more sense, because like, I don't think Mukesh Kumar offers you that much like with the ball that you like can ignore the batting completely. But anyway, so like Prakash, your thoughts on the team and everything?
I think he's covered the whole combo as this thing, but I just want to also say last time when we were there, Shardul took a 7 for in one of the tests. I don't remember exactly which one, So when Pranav speaks about hit the deck bowler, Thakur moves the ball away from the seam. So, and he's not a proper hit the deck bowler. He tries his best and he gets the maximum from his body. So, and in the tour match that they played, the India A went here earlier. That's how KS Bharat has come into the team. Prasidh Krishna took a hat trick over there, and I think he took a fifer. So, and I don't know if I've said this earlier on the pod before. I think he's more suited for with the red ball rather than the white ball.
Right.
So he is finally getting a chance to play in his own format. With regards to the opening slot, I'm sure Jaiswal makes it. It makes it pretty easy with that Rituraj has a finger injury also at the moment. With regards to the spinner, I think yes, Jadeja. There's no doubt in it. I see Ashwin featuring somewhere, and I also see Thakur featuring. Maybe instead of Jadeja, they go with Thakur as a seam bowling all-rounder. With regards to Rahul, I think there was an article put out earlier that he is going to be a middle order batsman from now. He's going to focus on only being a middle order batsman. That's what the whole team put out. So in the long run, it's a good thing. Maybe if there's an injury in a test series, he can go up and open. At least he has that credentials to do so. So I think that makes more sense. And yeah, I think that's the 11 we'll see. This is an important tour for us. We need to win over here to this thing. Kohli is back. I don't see any reason why we shouldn't win. This is a pretty depleted South African squad also.
Yeah, like the only thing I feel like South Africa is their bowling attack maybe is a bit better in these conditions, especially with their tall fast bowlers like Rabada, Jansen, and all these players. Like they know the correct lengths. Actually, I think the length is very key in South Africa. So I think like last time I remember like Rishabh Pant played a lone innings and he scored 100, but like I think we got 178 all out or something in that match. So I think if someone would have stayed with him, I think Kohli was playing decently. He got out in the slips. But like if that would have been extended a bit, I think we need to work on our batting a bit more. I know it's difficult conditions out there to bat, but somehow if we can stitch fewer 50-60 partnerships along the way, I don't think you're expecting a huge partnership in South Africa, like a 150-200 kind of partnership might be difficult, especially given the conditions. But I expect like everybody should kind of chip in with the bat a bit. So I think we can score some decent runs, especially in the second innings. I think the if we go into the venues, like so the first match is a Centurion. I think what I've learned from that is like the first 2 days are kind of good for batting. You have some spongy bounce. The pace, I think the pitch cracks up more in day 3, 4 onwards. Like the extravagant seam movement and all these things, and also the pitch kind of quickens up with the sun beating down. I think that's the pattern which is getting followed there. So, and I think the second test match is in Cape Town. Over there, maybe a bit more uniformity you will find all throughout all the 5 days, like because I think that's also a bit more spinner friendly. I won't say the word spinner friendly, but like compared to Centurion, I think the stats say that Cape Town has like a few more, matlab, the things the toss is not that crucial in Cape Town. Like people also chase there, so I feel that like the toss becomes very crucial in the like first game. I think batting first is a good advantage in Centurion. But you have to see how it goes basically because South Africa also chased down good totals in the fourth innings. I think it comes down to execution at the end of all, whatever team you pick, if the players are in decent form, are applying themselves well, like how maybe say Rohit KL Rahul did well in England, right, against the new ball in when they were in England. So I think if we can get decent starts in the opening and not lose early wickets and build on it, I think that might be something to do. It should be a good series overall. So apart from that, so what are your like thoughts? Do you think that India are like favorites, or would you say South Africa start as favorites?
I think India have a little bit of an upper hand over here simply because of the depth of the squad, but obviously they're playing away from home. Over here, the thing is with regards to batting, if you go back to stats, your 5, 6, 7 are very important because the first 4 are going to face hell with the new ball.
Right.
Does a lot of things. That first 30, 40 over period till the time the ball is new, it is very difficult to bat over here. That's why somebody like Dean Elgar he's a modern day, test great, because to survive over there for the amount of time he has is a tough thing to do without having too many extravagant shots. All these guys and the tail, how many other runs they score will be the basic decider between victory and defeat, in my opinion.
Fair enough. And also regarding Dean Elgar, I think he's retiring after this series. It's his last series, so best wishes to him. Like, and But overall, I think if you go to the South African squad, right, I think Keegan Peterson is also returning at number 3, and I think overall, like their squad, yeah, the batting, maybe a few unknowns are there, not that not that strong with the batting department, but I think their bowling kind of makes it up, because especially in their conditions, because they know what they're doing with the ball. And so, what are your thoughts on, like, Pranav? What are your thoughts on the South African side? Like, do you what are their strengths and weaknesses? What do you feel?
Well, I think with South Africa, you can expect tall, fast bowlers. I mean, that's been their fortress. Every time they keep on doing that, and even in the last tour when we went there, the problem was us not adjusting with the bounce, and that's the concern, that where we lost the series, because KL Rahul had 100 in the first Test match and we won that game quite comfortably. I think over 200 runs. I'm not sure. Uh, but the point that I'm trying to make here is that, getting used to the bounce is something that they have to do, and they know it best. I don't have to sit here and tell them that get used to the bounce. But in terms of the South African side, uh, I think any Test match you take, the batting has to complement the bowling, because in terms of balance of the side, they like to play Vian Mulder, which is, I don't know why, because they have the likes of Kodzi and other bowlers warming the bench. But uh, the point is that their bowling is a little far fetched in terms of their batting. I mean, the heavyweight punches that the bowling put, the batting sometimes disappoints, which is not ideal for South Africa, because the likes of players like Elgar, once he retires, who comes in, is the next question. Of course, you have a lot of backups, but the point is that, if you're batting first and you get bowled out for say less than 200, then no matter what effort your bowling lineup would put, you can't get the opposition out for under 200. I mean, that happens very rarely in South Africa. So that, I think, is missing in South African lineup. I won't say that India have a massive edge, but in terms of experience and batting, India have a slight edge. I could say their noses are ahead. But it depends on how they adapt to the conditions. I saw Sarfraz Khan making an excellent 100. So did Yashasvi Jaiswal in their practice game. So it looks promising, but I don't know what sort of preparations they are having to get used to the bounce. Uh, Good thing is that Abhimanyu Ishwaran has finally got a deserved call up. Uh, it was long time pending, and so I was expecting Sarfraz Khan to come up, because Ruturaj Gaikwad's primary role was in the middle order, as much as I'm aware. So in terms of South African side, the batting looks a little depleted, as you mentioned. Uh, I'd say it will be a contest between the bowlers, because the batters have to do their job, of course. I'm not expecting 350 kind of totals in any of the Test matches. Though I don't agree with two Test series, but it is what it is. So I'm expecting somewhere around 280, 300 games, which will take you to the fourth innings with 170, 180 chase on a broken up pitch. That'll be fun to watch. Yeah, hopefully we have the WTC points well, and we come here with England coming later next month.
Yeah, even somehow I feel that this series won't be that extravagant as 2018. Over there, the pitches were totally extreme. I think this will be a bit more balanced. Like you can expect matches to go
Yeah.
till day 5. I feel like at least till day 4 end of session, all the matches should go. And so, and the thing is that, like, I think the one point I would want to say is that I want to check on how Bumrah's red ball fitness is, because he has been like playing like 10 over like ODI cricket since he came back from this injury. So I have to like if he can come back spell after spell with the same intensity, that will be like good for Indian cricket. And also, as you said, Prasidh Krishna, that's I think that's the highlight actually. Like, because what we are most of us are expecting is that hit the deck, like seam movement and all those kind of things. So Prasidh Krishna becomes an important cog in the wheel over there. And so yeah, and also Shreyas Iyer, especially with his short ball and all these things, I think South Africa will be a proper actual test for him. So wishing him all the best as well over there. So and
Well,
yeah,
I think with with Centurion, there's one more point which just came to my mind, is that there's rain weather for the first 2 days.
Okay.
So pitch will be moist. But yeah, toss, we win the toss, and then because of the altitude, the pitch wears out and stuff. But there is rain forecast. I'm hearing that the first day could well be washed out. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I think it could be a 4 day game because toss, pitch under covers, slight movement. I don't know what the captain would tempt it to be doing, because they might say, okay, let's try and bowl first, but they might end up risking themselves to chase on a fourth, fifth day wicket. So yeah, I mean, of course, the factors like toss are crucial, but in conditions which you can't control, I don't know. I mean, they could be tempted to, in place of Jadeja, play another fast bowler in Mukesh Kumar. Who knows?
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. So this was about the test series. Anyone more wants to add on this test series, or like we can just discuss about the ODI and T20 series a bit, like which just concluded?
I think since just add this about the Indian women's team. They just won the test against Australia and they won against England also, which is a pretty big deal. And just give them a shout out because they've done well. I think this is the first time we beat both teams in a test match, or at least Australia, I know, is the first time.
Yeah.
So ladies have done pretty well. Shout out to them, and yeah, carry on.
Yeah. And I would want them to have like 5 day test matches. I think these are all 4 day matches. So I feel that even they kind of deserve 5 days.
They get 100 overs in it. They get
It's
100
4
overs.
days, 100 overs. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
almost
considering the fact that they, I don't know why do they say this, but the competitive nature of men and women, that's why they keep it as 4 days, which I don't agree with.
Yeah.
But hats off to them for winning test matches. Cheers to Aliza Healy's team taking it to day 4,
Right.
because England could not survive for more than 2.5 days, or 2 days and a session. So in women's games, if you look at it at a whole, it's more about batting the time out and batting the opposition out, because in India or elsewhere, especially when India went to Australia a couple of years back and Smriti Mandhana hit a beautiful 100. The point there was Australia was trying to bat out the opposition, and I think, I'm not sure who was the captain back then. Was it Meg Lanning? I think it was Meg Lanning, and she made a bold declaration to actually try and force a result on day 4. So I think it was a pink ball test match, was it?
Right.
So yeah, I mean, they deserve more test matches. Forget about the number of days that they play. They deserve more test matches, be it home or away. One test series. Like I said before, I don't agree with 2 test series. I don't agree with 1 test series. It should be minimum 3. I know it takes a toll on the body, but it should be fun, right? I mean, they should have parity. It's high time that they start bringing the WTC method for women's test matches.
Yep, fair enough.
But yeah, well done.
Yeah. Congratulations to all the Indian women's team, the support staff, everything. I think Amol Mazumdar, it's his first assignment as he just became the coach few days back. So congrats to him as well. Hopefully, good things for Indian women's cricket as we go along. And so if we just talk about this recently concluded T20 and ODI series in South Africa, so anything which like stood out for you guys? So from my point of view, I think Rinku Singh is another positive because he did it in home conditions, he did it in South Africa as well. So, and also I think not only T20, he can be a very good like finisher, come like at number 6 in ODIs as well. He can be an asset over there for Indian cricket. We should stick with him. And another player is Sai Sudarshan. I think he looks very technically promising. Like especially I see him in tests as well, like shining. Not only in T20 and ODIs. I think in tests he can be a good proper like top order batter. And I think it's Mark Nicholas. I read in a like quote or some article. It's like he said that Sai Sudarshan reminds him of the old 1900s era kind of a batsman with some loose wrists and different kind of a technique with compared to today's batsmen. So I think so that's a nice observation I feel. And but one thing I would want to say is regarding Mukesh Kumar. So I don't feel he's an all format bowler. He has been picked in all formats, so T20, ODIs, and Tests. But somehow I feel if you go by his stats, he's more of a red ball bowler. I feel, but I don't know, like, why is he being pushed so much in, say, T20s and ODIs? So, like, any thoughts on that? So, do you think that he deserves a T20 ODI place right now with all the resources we have currently?
He's in with because of injuries. I don't think he straight away makes the thing, but he's done pretty okay. I don't think, look, in white ball cricket, you will get hit. So, I think after the World Cup, obviously the main team needed rest, and also it's about time we start getting some new blood into the side to see where we stand, because you're getting another World Cup pretty soon and your opportunities are limited. So, and another thing is that at a time like this, when you invest in a player, it's like an investment. So now to just take him away from everything is also not right. I don't see him playing any of the tests. He's there as a backup. Siraj and Prasid and obviously Bumrah will play. But the fact that he'll be around with the team will be good for him. He'll train with the team, he'll have his diet, etc., etc. Team. So I think this guy will be in one of the World Cup squads, either the coming World Cup now or the one that we'll play 4 years later. It's that, unless something horribly goes wrong in the whole process. But I think it's fine. It's a good thing actually.
Yeah. So just to, like, maybe you can conclude this one question. So the T20 World Cup is, like, coming up in 2024, right? So it's pretty close by. So I think the main question is, like, should Rohit and Virat Kohli play? That's, I think, the main question everybody is like, or do you, like, completely go with a new side because we have not been winning at all and just change things up? Like, so what are both? I would like to know both of your thoughts. So maybe Prakash, you can go ahead. So do you play both
If they
of
are
them?
fit,
Of them? Yeah.
yes, yes. Simply, if they are fit and they're in good form, yes, simple as that.
Okay. Pranav, your thoughts?
I think Afghanistan series gives us a picture, but probably they won't feature in that as well because we have an England series coming after that, which is far more important. So they won't feature in that either. But I think with the current crop of cricketers, what you have in Gill or Ruturaj and Jaiswal and people at three, say Surya or other people, I'm not sure. Um, I think it'd be a tad unfair on them if these guys come back because they have not played T20 cricket for about a year or so. After the previous T20 World Cup, they have not played the game. So probably they need to have a blockbuster first half of the IPL, and then that makes them through to the side. But apart from that, I don't think they are. I mean, you think of 2007 World Cup, you had nobody except Sehwag of that stature. So probably they're thinking on those lines. I know there are reports that Rohit wants to lead, BCCI wants Rohit to lead, and all those things. But with the current Mumbai Indians thing, I think it's a good time for Rohit to step away from that shorter format and focus on getting yourself as a great captain. I don't know about 2027 World Cup, but I can at least see him play till 2025. That's two ICC events. It's one is WDC final and the other is the Champions Trophy. So probably you can get those two and say, okay, I hang up my boots. I think that's safe because with Mumbai Indians they're looking to move ahead and there's a mega auction next year. So they might as well say, okay, I'm just speculating. Rohit fans, please don't attack me because I know Kohli is fit. I know Rohit is fit, and if they're fit, they should play. There's no two ways about it. But the last year and a half, how the team has shaped up, I don't see them stand a chance, or they themselves would say, okay, these guys have played, let them play the World Cup. Because from what I've seen, I think those guys are like that. So probably I won't. Yeah, I mean, it reduces the market of the event, but I don't see them playing. That's the simple logic I think because I also read reports that they don't want Kohli at three, which is absolute rubbish. Because if there's a number three that gives you stability in West Indies, it has to be Kohli. But I don't see him coming at the expense of, say, somebody like a Tilak Verma, though he has not done that well. But you have other players like Shreyas Iyer or people who can control the innings as an anchor at number three. Uh, what I'd like to put it this way: if they're having a special IPL, they should come back definitely. And it should not be the case that only one is coming back and the other is staying away. If they are coming back, both should come back or none should come back. That's the way I like to put it.
Okay. So what happens if one is in good form and the other is in poor form? So both should come back.
No,
I
it
don't know. I mean,
won't work like that in the end. It won't. Things don't go.
yeah.
Look, but
Yeah.
but wait. There's one thing I'd like to add also. You see, you're playing this next World Cup in the West Indies and in the US. Okay.
It's mostly in the US for India. So
Mostly in the US for India, but those wickets are not going to be, like what we're accustomed to seeing on TV, right?
yeah.
And the
And
finals
they are
will be
makeshift grounds. And
but
they
the
are
final
makeshift
will be
grounds.
the,
And
the finals is in the Caribbean islands, no?
yeah, it's the semifinals and the finals are in the
Yeah,
Caribbean. And it's a makeshift ground in US. So I don't know
in
what the proper pitches would be. So probably
whatever the case may be, you're looking at 140, 150 totals. I think in that scenario, these two are more, and it's unfair to send a young guy over there. Again, I come back to the point I made earlier is the investment. And right now, both of these guys are actually, they have nothing to lose. It will be probably one of their last few opportunities. They will also play in a way where they'll not be timid. And this is what we saw this time. Both of them got out, yes, in the World Cup final, but not because they were timid. They were trying to score.
Right.
So I think I look, it's stupidity to even say that Kohli cannot bat at 3. He's proven enough and more. And I don't see any ideal replacement for him as of now. I could be proven in the next 3-4 months. But as of now, on current form, I don't see another replacement. And same goes for Rohit in terms of an opening batter. Yes, there's Jaiswal. Yes, there's Gaikwad. But Gaikwad has his issues. In that particular scenario, I prefer Rohit over Gaikwad.
Right.
If he plays the way he is playing.
I mean, the Afghanistan squad gives us a picture. Because the test series gets over, I think it's getting over on the 7th or on
The New Year test.
yeah, on the 7th, and the Afghanistan series starts on the 11th. There's a 20 plus hour flight to India. I don't know what the venues are for the Afghanistan series. I'll have to cross check. But if Hardik is fit, who leads? A lot of questions. Add the MI fuel to it. Who knows? I mean, if Rohit is coming back alongside Kohli, nobody else than 3 of us would be happy. I don't know what's going to happen. We'll have to wait and see what happens.
No, but isn't Pandya not fit for the IPL, or was that a rumor I read on?
No, he is fit. I mean, he has had an 18-week rehab program, which is likely to be concluded just in time after the New Year test. So you have enough time. I mean, Surya out could be Kohli's homecoming. I don't know, just speculating. But yeah, let's wait and see what happens.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Regardless, I see Kohli at 3 in the West Indies because he has been performing. I think maybe for Rohit Sharma, you can make a case that he has not had an exceptional record at the international level in T20s for India. But for Kohli, he always is in the crunch situations in T20Is, in the World Cups and everything. So I don't know. So ideally, both of them should play. I think since it's just a few months away. So I don't think, especially with the way Rohit Sharma has been going in the power play in the 50-over World Cup. So there has been a shift in his mindset and tempo. So if we take that into consideration and everything, so maybe, who knows? So let's see how it pans out. So let's see what the selectors do. So hope we have a good tournament there as well. So but first of all, let's see how this test series goes. So it's the final frontier, as we keep saying. So should be exciting, 2 exciting games. So ideally should have been better if we have got 3, but then okay, 2 is good. So yeah, so hopefully you all enjoyed this discussion, and please do let us know what are your thoughts about this test series. So how do you would want the team combination to be like? Do you see Ashwin playing or not? Are you happy with Jadeja giving the extra batting cushion as well? So anything. So do you see Mukesh Kumar debuting maybe? I don't know. So anything, send us your thoughts in the comments, or you can connect with us on our cricket pod.
Mukesh has already played a test in West Indies, so he's not a debut.
Right, yeah. So let us know, let us know your thoughts. We can connect with us on Twitter as well in our page for the Love of the Game, a cricket podcast. So yeah, thanks for watching. We will come back again soon with the test series review and all those things. So yeah, bye.
Bye bye.
Cheers. Bye bye.